Louisiana is almost engulfed in flames and smoke that roll 400 feet into the air as an oil refinery fire runs amok for more than 2 days on the shores of Lake Michigan. Upwards of 4 million gallons of high-octane gasoline pose an almost impossible task for firefighters, summoned from every surrounding community. In addition to the towering flames, a series of blasts rock the entire countryside. Despite heroic efforts, the explosions hurled tons of steel from storage tanks into the community, making a shambles of houses and causing 2 deaths. The force of the blasts can be seen from the caved-in walls and windowless residences, and upended cars tossed for several hundred feet. Before the Holocaust had been brought under control, damage estimates had reached 10 million in one of the worst fires of its kind on record. Tragic aftermath of another, quote, incident, end quote, in Korea. At the border of the demilitarized zone, United Nations officers await the return by the Reds of the body of Captain Charles W. Brown, shot down 6 days before in an unarmed training plane which had strayed over the neutral zone. Encased in a root coffin, the remains of Captain Brown and his personal effects are turned over to the United States officers. 2 Red Cross nurses accompany Lieutenant Guy Bumpass, pilot of the plane, who was found to have been much more seriously injured than indicated by the treatment given him by the North Koreans. Another proof of the nature of the enemy. To Abergildy Castle in Scotland comes the royal family, Queen Mother, Queen, Duke, Prince and Princess, to help behind the counter at a church bazaar. Sales are brisk, and why not? With a royal hello and a friendly word or two dispensed with every article purchased. No matter how insignificant the article, it takes on added significance when sold by royalty. One is souvenir to show the folks at home. The younger generation pitches in. Both Prince Charles and Princess Anne are a big hit with the customers, taking their cues perhaps from their dad, Duke Philip, a royal salesman. A tuppence does it. Technicians make last-minute adjustments for the world's first demonstration of the telephone of tomorrow at the Western Electronics Convention in San Francisco. It's the often forecast videophone. How does it work? Just lift the receiver and you see your own image. This feature's for the girls. At long last, a reason for the primping that usually precedes a woman's phone call. No picture is transmitted over the line, though, since no call is placed. Then dial your number just as with an obsolete old 55 model phone, and when your party answers, there he is, almost as big as life on the 10-inch video screen. The system could have its disadvantages as well as virtues, but there's plenty of time to iron out problems in human relations. This hookup would cost $5,000 per phone today. So until the price comes down, the video phone remains the phone of the future. See you then, good looking. Furs for fall and winter on display in a swanky setting in Hillsborough, California. As a starter, a chinchilla coat worth $100,000. As a starter, I'd call it a stopper. Mainly, it's a mink affair, all for sweet charity to aid crippled children. And top California society turns out to see the latest in fine furs displayed at the fabulous chateau of Countess Lillian Remoulade Dandini. A gracious hostess receives an orchid corsage as thanks for opening her home and heart to charity. Quite a crowd that, 5,000 getting an eyeful of fancy furs. For instance, this Irish mink stunner worth a cool 10 grand. That's a lot of coat, not to mention the price. But looking is for free, and so is dreaming. White suggests winter, and winter suggests Christmas, and Christmas so soon? Davis Cup tennis at Forest Hills. The Americans defending the cup against the Australians. In the doubles, it's Tony Trabert and Vic Seixas versus Lewis Hoad and Rex Hartwig. Tops in tennis thrills and drama as the Yanks in the near court battle to keep the coveted trophy they took from the Aussies only 8 months ago. Point for Australia. Victory today will clinch the cup, for the down-under court Kings took the previous day's 2 singles matches. They're in the near court now, and it's all even in 2 sets apiece. This is the 5th and final set. point for Australia, and it's set and match point. Treyberg dives and misses. It's all over, and the Australians go on to make it a clean sweep. The Davis Cup returns down under. 3 cheers and more for the national championships, where 8-year-old Martha Ann Williams waltzes along sideways on water skis, and where stars from faraway places and near vie for national honors. California, Texas, New York, and Florida. Willa McGuire of Cypress Gardens defends her titles, and look at her zoom as once again she wins the slalom event. A new world's record of 125 feet set by Butch Rosenberg of Miami University, but there's only one winner and many a hopeful who got the deep 6. Up, over, and under. Jumpin' Jiminy.